if he didn't put that stipulation on there and eventually became the AEW World Champion, which I believe he would have, how different would things have been for AEW and for Cody had he actually won that World Championship?
Maybe Gabe doesn't leave.
Yeah, that's the biggest what if to me, is I'm wondering if he actually ever leaves.
Now, knowing the Rhodes lineage, especially his dad, there's times where Dusty knew, okay, I need to leave the territory because how can you miss me if I don't go away? So same thing with working with Eddie Graham in Florida. He went to work for Crockett. After his time with Crockett, he worked for Vince in the Polka Dots. Came back, worked for WCW after 3 years. So it's not like and we've heard this in shoot promos before on Cody Rhodes. You know, the Rhodes they always leave. They always go from place to place. But, I thought that was a mistake. So what are we going to say, Gabe? What are we going to say on Good Karma Wrestling if Cody Rhodes makes himself, or if Tony Khan makes him the champion? What's he going to say? What are we going to say? Like, Cody's the biggest babyface in the company. He deserves to be the heavyweight champion. No one's going to say, oh, look at this guy. He's one of the EVPs. Hell, the Young Bucks were just tag team champions. Did we say anything about that? So I don't know why he thought that. I think that was a strange move by Cody.
Yeah, he was obviously very conscious of that, didn't want to be accused of that. And look, I understand wanting to do that early, right? And again, I remember when the stipulation happened, just kind of feeling like, oh, this is kind of weird. Like, I don't know. I don't think I like this. Like, because you didn't think that Jericho was going to lose. It just didn't feel like Jericho was going to lose that early into his title reign. And it's like, well, I mean, I guess everybody goes back on their word in wrestling, but I also had a hard time believing that Cody would actually then go back on that and someday, challenge for the AEW World Championship. So that to me is probably the biggest what if in AEW history, because if he doesn't leave, I don't think he reaches the heights that he's at now within AEW, because as he mentioned in this interview, like the crowd was starting to turn on him in AEW. Maybe we would have gotten Cody in a heel run in AEW, and maybe he's a heel champion, and maybe that's how they could have potentially gotten to go off and go back on his word as a heel to be eventually become champion. But the landscape would be wildly different without Cody Rhodes in AEW without Cody Rhodes in WWE if he never leaves AEW.
This is when the internet wrestling community has too much power, to me. What I mean by that is that Cody clearly is looking at the dirt sheets of the internet wrestling community saying, I know I'm one of the founders of AEW along with the Young Bucks and Kenny, and if I put the championship on myself, people will look down on me. It's wrestling. It's been going on forever. Vern put the title on himself in AWA. Bill Watts has done it. A lot of the promoters have put the championship on them. You know why they did that?
Vince put it on himself.
Vince put it on himself, yes. And you know why they did that? Because they could trust themselves more so than the boys. That's why. If I put the championship, hey, Jeff Jarrett did it. Yeah. As much as you and I got tired of seeing Jeff Jarrett as TNA champion, you know what he did? He goes, I'm not sure about these rest of these guys, but I'm the champion. I ain't going nowhere.